back. Well, ask Dr. Matt. I've got a question for you today.
Sure.
Another conversation we had recently, you talked about how eating certain foods triggers your system for longevity. Mm-hmm. Some things can make you just, it's way over my head, but I want you to listen to him because we're tapping into his mind. You're so interested in the things we put in our body because basically that's what makes us function or not function well.
Every cell in your body is made up of all the foods you eat. And what I tell my patients is every bite of food you take is information. You're talking to your genes, or it could also be seen as a hormonal event. When you eat something, it's going to be delicious, you're eating it for pleasure, but you're also talking to your body and telling it to do certain things. You're telling certain genes to turn on and certain genes to turn off. Those are going to make you live longer or shorter, make you more healthy or less healthy. So if you learn that language, then you're going to have a big advantage in choosing the foods that you eat. Just to give you an example, there's a gene called a SIRT1 gene, which is a longevity gene. Most people have it and it has a certain amount of activity. You increase that activity if you eat crucifers, broccoli, kale, cauliflower. Those are excellent foods to eat to increase that gene activity and affect what's called epigenetics. People think that your genes are your destiny. Not really. You have a certain set of genes, but you can turn some on and some off. I have family members that have what's called an ApoE4 gene that leads to early onset dementia and Alzheimer's. But you can turn that down and turn on genes that counteract it, like the SIRT1, by adding the crucifers and avoiding things like sugar and vegetable oils, which we've talked about.
What if you've been really going the wrong way for a long time, and say you're 50 years old, and you put the bad stuff behind and start the good stuff? Can that kind of turn you around, or is it too late at that point?
The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The next best time is today. So the same thing with your eating and talking to your genes. Learning that language and changing what you do now is going to have a big impact. You can definitely undo a lot of the damage you've done if you just learn these basic concepts.
So what would you say are some things that we do need to eat? If you said something about curry.
Mm-hmm. So curry, yeah, turmeric and curry is another one, just like those crucifers, that has really positive anti-inflammatory effects and turns on genes like that SIRT1. And now, the thing is, you can have overarching recommendations like curry, avoid sugar and vegetable oil, add the crucifers. That's great for everyone. But everyone's genetics is a little bit different as well. So for my patients, I actually test their genome, see what kind of holes they have that we need to plug, and see what is kryptonite to them, and everybody's a little bit different.
Thank you, Dr. Matt.
Thank you.